What are the pitfalls of actual plays?
Oh, hello there. I was reading the back of my box set of Lamentations of a Flame Princess. Okay, so the next question is... Wait, I actually have to... Okay, what are the pitfalls of stream games and actual play? Wow, that's a big one. Okay. The dangers and the pitfalls. Well, this is a question that can be interpreted in many ways, of course. I think the first pitfall is people doing it because they want to be the next critical role. With very few exceptions, where people already have a name out there, either in tabletop role playing games or in some other area where they have a huge following, that is foolish. Do it for fun. Do it because you love it. Do it because you're going to do it anyway with your friends, and you might as well record it and show it to people. Maybe some people enjoy it. And then also know why you're doing it. What's the purpose? For example, do you want to show a true representation of a game? No editing, nothing. Do you have that? If you don't have, like for example, me, Chronicles of Crimson Hound, I don't have a lot of time to edit. I just play the game with the guest GM. If you want more information, what I mean by guest GM, my previous your role for Inside episode, I addressed what's the Crimson Hound, my actual play channel, but in my case, it's just look. I'm doing games for fun with people I like, and I invite people if they want to participate, and also kind of like an experiment in having different game masters in the same world. But in my case, you have to know why you're doing it. So for me, it was that experiment, that fun. Like a bit of a um how can I put this? Part of me was like, can I get people to GM for me? But but also I was interested in that concept of same recurring character and player, but with different GMs. So that was my approach. That was what interested me. Other people might be like, I just wanna I play games with my friends. Might as well record them and put them out there. Other people might be because they want to showcase the system, either that they created or that they want to show people how the system works. Or people might be like, no, I'm gonna treat it like a show that people can follow, and I'm gonna take the time to edit some parts out. If people are looking for rules, for example, like you have to decide these things. Like, do you want to have that moment when you're looking for rules? In the Crimson Hound, if we're looking for rules, I'll just let it roll. For me, I want to showcase the purity. There's going to be downtime, if you will. There's going to be moments when my character is looking for something, he's not finding it, which is one of the pitfalls, I guess, because, again, you have to decide what you want to be because not everyone's going to like all types of actual plays. Some people want to edit it, And then you have what are very scripted, railroady actual plays, which I've never watched a lot of Critical Role, but I suspect that is the case for Critical Role. And so that question is loaded because again, it depends what you want to do. I think the true pitfall of an actual play, because a lot of people talk like, oh, it skews the perception of what a game is to people who watch this type or other type of actual play. But look, at the end of the day, like I'm gonna approach this question. If you want to do an actual play, do it for fun. Do it because you have an approach. Do it because you want to try something. Do it because you want to show people something, even if it's like one person. Like Crimson Hound is another show that a lot of people watch. Yet I had some very interesting people who have wanted to participate because I think they share my enthusiasm for the hobby. They see I'm trying something different, and or like to think they like my personality or to hang out with me online. But it just has to be like for the right reason. You're not, mm, what are the odds of anyone being the next critical role? Do you understand what I mean? So the pitfall, I think, is expectations. I really don't want to get into a preachy sermon about what I think is the purity of the game or whatever, because when you're watching an actual play, there's only two ways it can go. Either you make it pure, and then some people are going to check out because watching people play pure games is not for everyone. Like like if someone's looking for rules in a book, like being like, Where was that rule again? Wait, you know, and some people like that because it's part of the experience, it's part of the hobby, it's the real thing, but other people are gonna skip over that. And then in other cases, some actual plays it'll never happen because they think it would be like um, counter to to it being an entertaining product to even look for rules. So the either the GM has to know everything by heart or has to improvise rules very quickly, whatever. But the pitfall is people's expectations. You know, you gotta know, you gotta be realistic. What's your true, and be honest with yourself. A lot of people say, I do it for the love of the game, but they say that, but they want a big following, or and that's gonna lead you to doing things. If you approach it like that, I think you're gonna end up doing things that you didn't want to do in the first place in your actual playing. And I want to be very vague because, to be honest, I hope I can give this advice to different types of people and different types of actual plays. And I'm going to run circles, aren't I? Yeah, I guess that's it. Just like, look, know what you're doing it for and stick to that. And then don't do it because you want to get a big following, because all that following is already. Do you know how long, like, do you know how time consuming actual plays are to listen to? If someone already has their actual play that they like, it's very unlikely they're gonna listen to something else. The best that you can hope for is to find like a few people who actually enjoyed what you're doing. Me, I have to give a shout out to the Angry Piper. He's on Instagram and he has his own blog. He paints miniatures and he's done, he's actually made a custom miniature of the Crimson Hound. Made a few blog articles about him, and to me that keeps you going. Like the fact that this one person was like, "I like the Crimson Hound channel," and he's like the only fan that I know of who's seen every single episode from beginning to end, all five serials. And that's enough for me to know, like, hey, this one dude, the Angry Piper, shout out to him, just liked what I was doing. And other people, they check it out for the guest GM, and they probably just check it for that one serial where they liked it, Game Master, and that's perfectly fine. Um, yeah, just the pitfall is, historically it hasn't been easy to be a geek, and suddenly you can become very popular doing geeky things. But so people kind of like the idea, especially maybe older geeks, like the idea of well, no, young, not older geeks only, but young ones too, right? Like, oh my god, I can do this thing that I love, and be like, oh, I might get a following out of it. And I see a lot of followings that are very insincere, to be honest with you. Like, I think another thing to consider, and this is a trap I've fallen into, is that social media interactions have zero to do with people actually watching your actual play, or very little to do. Because a lot of people like the post, oh, new episode came out, but most of those people like it are not going to go watch it. And I think more and more what I'm realizing is that, for example, you have a YouTube channel, you need to interact more in the YouTube side of things. And I'm starting to realize this, like, because it seems more intuitive to use social media to interact with people, right? But the thing is, you want to leave comments in other videos. You want to like and interact with other similar channels or similar interests or people, so the people watching that also see your comments. And they're already in the platform. They just, whereas if you're on social media, it's like you're asking them to take many different steps. And sure, you can put a link on social media, on Twitter, for example, but then if someone's scrolling Twitter, it's harder to get them out of what they were doing already. So I think another pitfall is the fallacy of thinking that because you have certain following on social media, that all of these people, even if they interact with you daily on social media, are necessarily going to watch your stuff. Yeah, I mean, like, I've got one fan. What do I know about actual plays? Thank you for watching.